And we always like to start off every single week by saying a very big good morning to you guys out there as we take off for the first time in this brand new week.
The weekend is over. The long break is over too.
It sounds like you're celebrating that it's I'm sad that it's over.
Really? The weekend? Nah. I love being back here. I didn't realize how much until, you know.
Welcome back, I must.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We missed her so much, didn't we all?
Yeah, you missed my coffee. I know.
I actually did.
But it's going to be amazing this week. We are in the business of bringing you intentional content tailored to lift your mood and, of course, get you ready for the day ahead.
Yes, we know as much as anyone else does that Mondays come with its own special kind of, tradition and all of that. But that is why you have chosen us to start off your day right here so that we can get you in that right mood.
And we know exactly what to do. We know what's going to chase away those Monday blues, and it's just about us getting it on the way.
Absolutely. Plus, we always advocate that focusing on the right thing might be the secret path to a stress-free Monday, always.
It's all about being a feel-good family breakfast show right here on TVC. This is Wake Up Nigeria, and we know how to do it like no other. So
Absolutely.
please, I don't understand why you're still holding a remote. Can you please put it down? Just stay right there. They're holding the remote. They don't know what we're going to do. We need to tell them what we're about to do. But before we do that, let's tell them our names. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal, and you guys want to stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and also on Facebook at TVC Connect. Follow us on our social media platforms, all across all the platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, everything. We are at TVC Connect.
You can also watch us live on GOTV channel 27 or UHF channel 49. You can download the TVC app for Android or iOS so you watch us in the palm of your hand with no stress.
Now for motivation today, let's tell you what's coming up if you're ready. Now we have Ezekiel Sulisi joining us to discuss succeeding with emotional intelligence in life, career and business. Sulisi is an insightful speaker, a serial entrepreneur and a member of Forbes Coaches Council. Now he joins us to discuss people's employment and access to wealth creation. We always have that session on Mondays where we take a look at the biggest game show currently on Nigerian television. That's talking about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We're going to be reviewing yesterday's edition, so join us then.
And of course, on Wake Up Nigeria, we always have some music to give us a live musical performance. Is rapper, songwriter, and actor M.O. Cross. And then, of course, we have SME coming your way today. And as you can see those really lovely sweet treats on screen there, we have the CEO of Debbie Cakes and Chow. Now, they specialize, of course, in baking and catering services, and we can't wait to have a conversation.
Welcome back, everybody. And welcome back, Titi.
Yay.
Great to have you back from your leave.
Yeah, thank you so much. Y'all actually missed me. Like, wow, really? I didn't know.
You have no idea. So yesterday, something very special happened.
What?
Yesterday was the first time we were all complete at an event that was not here, that didn't happen here. Every single person was present. We were all at Reds and Runway.
Was Mary there?
Did you have to spoil it?
Wow.
I had to, because maybe we're still waiting for that day.
Yeah, we will.
But it was a fantastic event. Everybody enjoyed it. Of course, we saw some of our very own, like, we've debuted him here before. Best Man Ashi Couture debuted, and everything. It was fantastic. And when I saw
Ready to Wear with MM also was on the runway.
You had your kiddies thing too.
Yeah, so I was, look at us on the screen right there. We had such a great time.
Where am I?
Well, you're somewhere in there. We'll get to you. You're somewhere in there. We'll get there.
Put me in there. That's so unfair.
Don't worry. You are in there somewhere. We'll play the rest of the video another time.
It was great.
But it was really great. We had fashion and fast cars.
Don't forget the bikes.
Well, bikes as well. Of course, anything with Mazino there, bikes are included. Was it really fast cars? They are fast cars.
Muscle cars.
Those are muscle.
Yeah, I wouldn't say fast, but engines that were revved up to the max.
Yeah.
And drifting and all of that. I need to go learn how to drive because that's how to drive. Many of us will just move cars.
Don't use your car. That one. Don't use that. You're breaking half.
Please don't. There's special
But
tires.
you see, you never know
Used for
what you
those.
have inside you.
Wow.
Motivation doesn't work like that.
You see, your car engine can aspire to perspire.
Yeah, no.
Then again,
No.
as much as it is about the engines and the cars themselves, it's also about the ability of the driver. So if you want to learn, there's always,
Yeah.
of course, hey, it's
But
possible.
please, we know we talk about fast cars and all sorts of special engines, but please don't
Controlled environment, remember.
It was a controlled environment with all safety features included.
you know what I
Please
think?
don't try it at home. Drifting and swerving and burning rubber is not for the local highway. You don't know if the highway will be able to take it.
You know what I think here? It's just like when you tell a kid, don't play with fire, don't do
good
something.
one.
Oh, no.
No, when you see that thing, go and try it on Ikorodu Road.
In any case, well, thank you very much for choosing us. Welcome once again. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
Good morning, it's the news on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mike Messikeno. The Independent National Electoral Commission and media-linked civil society organizations have expressed concern about the growing spread of fake news and how it may threaten the peaceful conduct of next year's general elections. INEC's Commissioner for Information and Voter Education, Festus Okoye, says this because the spread of hate speech and fake news is a direct threat to the conduct of elections. He commended the International Press Center and like-minded civil society organizations for providing a platform to sensitize journalists on the need to avoid being used as tools for spreading fake news and disinformation. The interaction between INEC, civil society, and the media is aimed at identifying and mitigating flashpoints of electoral misinformation.
For us in the media, it is also a straightforward case that we cannot effectively perform the function of providing citizens with the information they need to make informed choices at elections if the same citizens are confused about what to believe and what not to believe. The media task in the above regard is further complicated by the penchant of the politicians to tell blatant lies to score cheap political points.
The Commission is assiduously preparing and progressing with the execution of the 2023 general election. The Commission learned valuable lessons from the conduct of the 2019 general election. The Commission took critical decisions and embarked on fundamental measures aimed at building trust in the electoral process.
The operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have intercepted parcels of cocaine concealed in different parts of a travel bag brought into Nigeria by a Brazil returnee, Nwadinobi Charles Uchemmadu from Sao Paulo. Mr. Uchemmadu was arrested on the 5th of December at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport during inward clearance of passengers on the Qatar Airways flight, following the discovery of 3 parcels of cocaine weighing 2.70 kilograms sealed in parts of his travel bag. On the same day, the NDLEA operatives also intercepted cans of powdered milk, baby food and beverages used to conceal 3.4 kilograms of cannabis going to Dubai at the Sako export shed of the airport. The freight agency Ewelike Chibike Serial, who presented a consignment for export, was subsequently arrested. In another development, a raid of the Dumota Business District of Lagos Island on Saturday, the 10th of September, led to the seizure of 35,014 pills of tramadol, diazepam, rofinol, and 21.2 liters of codeine syrup. This is as officers of the Directorate of Seaports Operations of the agency arrested a Malian, Dembele Usmani, with 32,400 capsules of tramadol concealed in factory-packed buckets of custard while attempting to travel to Mali by boat at the Ebuta Aero Jetty in Lagos. We'll take a time out now and we return with headlines in the dailies.
Hello and welcome back. This is Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titila Oyinson. It's time to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the newspapers this morning. Today is Monday, December 12th, 2022. Withdrawal limits will cripple campaign funding, it says on the cover of the Punch here. According to parties to write CBN for waiver say cashless policy will choke political process and fundraising. If Buhari had no access to funding in 2014, he would never have been president, says PDP. Policy will create logistic problems. Paying party agents nationwide will be difficult, according to ADC and ADP. Beside the masthead there, it says debt servicing up, or rather to gulp 123% of 2023 revenue. It says right at the top left there, 439 foreign-trained doctors failed assessment exam, according to MDCN. I can't understand Boko Haram phenomenon, says Atiku here. Page 42 has more on that story. 33 states lack landfills, dispose waste openly, according to a report. What else do we have here on the cover of the Punch? It's, that is a Christmas concert in Jabi, Abuja, there, choir of the Apostolic Faith Church in the photo story. Right below, it says NNPC raises major oil marketers from 7 to 27, and 15 drug dealers caught in notorious Lagos community. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch. We also have with us the Daily Trust newspaper here. It says, bloodbath in Southeast. Police mobilize against IPOB terror. How 24 were killed in Imo, Enugu, others, according to witnesses and apparently Mietiala. It says here, we are in panic, northerners in Southeast. Division in separatist group over sit-at-home order. Beneath the masthead there, it says 89 trillion naira stamp duty recovery move sparks controversy. A new cashless policy will discourage rigging, according to Sanusi. 13 injured, 23 houses razed in Jigawa herders attack. It also says here, gunmen abduct 16 wedding guests in FCT as bandits kill 21 in Bauchi, Katsina. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust. We have the Nation newspaper with us as well. It says, according to Wike, same faith, not reason to dump South's candidate. Tinubu Shetima ticket will be fair to all. It says here, I'll reset economy for faster growth, according to Tinubu. And it says here, IP man to get petrol direct from NMPCL, oil giant in move to end product shortage. It also says here, NDLEA seizes drugs in powdered milk baby food at Lagos Airport. Let's see what else we have here. It says beneath the masthead there, nobody can split G5 allies, according to Body George. Tambuwal's overture to autumn futile. I won't vote for Atiku, PDP chieftain says. The story starts there on the cover and wraps up on page 23. Lekki Deep Seaport promoters shop for $800 million to link rail line. Page 7 has more information. Presidency defends Emefiele over alleged 89.1 trillion naira stamp duty collection. And finally, INEC begins PVC distribution today. Page 4 has more information. And that's all we have time for when it comes to the headlines in the dailies. All right. So it's a Monday, yeah?
Yes, it's a Monday, and it's the start of, I think, the final 2 weeks, final 2 full weeks of December.
Yeah.
And I guess there's a lot that's going through everybody's mind regarding the holidays that are coming. It's one of those holidays where I think we've recovered from 2000 and what was that year again that doesn't exist?
2020.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everybody's kind of like back to, full steam on what the preparations for the holidays are supposed to be like, traditionally. So, hey, we're wondering, how have you started to prepare for the holidays?
Yeah.
The measures you have to take, the things that you could do, and all of that. Titi's got the 411 on everything.
Oh, well, I try to, stay abreast, so to speak, of what's happening online, because now we have technology to tell us exactly what's happening in different places. Some people traditionally always used to just go home, go to the village, go to see family. But now people are mixing it up a bit. They're staying a little more in their, immediate space.
But I'd like to think that this year, most people are actually going to be doing that travel business because they couldn't do that last year or the year before. Last year wasn't a very good year financially. The year before was all about the COVID. So this year, I think there's going to be a lot of movement on the road. So
there's only a few hindrances, just a few. Petrol prices skyrocketed, cost of flights all the way up. And I'm thinking, if you have a family of 4 and you want to fly to, let's say, Abuja now, you're estimating, what, 300,000 naira?
600, actually.
Oh, I'm just being very modest about that. So it's a lot. That's one way, not even to and fro. So when you think about it, what exactly is prudent? What is sensible these holidays? Wouldn't it just make sense to just stock your house with food without money and maybe invite people over and, you know, just have a house party. I don't know. I'm just
I think
saying.
for people, stocking of food is not new
Yeah,
to
sure.
this period. People
Yeah.
will always do their best to
Yeah.
stock food, but I think that people maybe they even stock less now than it would be in previous years. It's easier now to get food on the go. It's easier to order food.
Yeah.
You know,
Online.
and then you have more businesses still open on those days. I remember growing up. You
Yeah.
know that once it was 21st, 22nd,
Everything
almost
is
everything is locked down.
Closed. Yeah.
Almost everything was locked down. So you'd have to make sure that you got your chickens and
Yeah.
your live because nobody's going to be selling 22nd, 23rd.
Yeah.
But now, which is good for me, is that
Yeah.
businesses are even still open on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You know, then concerning traveling, some people will travel no matter what.
Yeah.
But then we know that I feel like it's reduced because of the security situation around the country. At least
There
some
is
people
that.
I know are not going to travel. And, you know, so
Yeah.
but whichever way, I always find a way to spread the cheer and
Yeah.
have fun with yourself because, hey, come on,
Yeah.
this life now, one, no be two.
Yeah. There's also so much happening even in our local vicinity
Yeah.
regarding security, and it's also time for people to take, this is time to be very security conscious and aware. There was a video that made round of a guy who got his phone snatched from inside of a bus. It's an old video.
It has happened to me.
Yeah.
It's an old video. But now everybody's kind of
I
like,
know this exact thing has happened to
really,
me.
you got your phone snatched from inside of a bus.
Like,
It just.
see, maybe it was that same area, picture perfect, exactly to the letter.
really.
Wow.
Why
Okay,
were you
I was
making
on
a
this
call?
side. I was not making a call. It
phone
was a
was that?
tab.
Oh.
I was watching film.
Yes. Yeah, now you better pass.
I just
now.
enjoyed it. A rapture. Aye.
Wow.
But I got it back.
How?
Interesting story, man.
Okay.
The guy just moved off. Vroom, vroom. And it's like, ha, ha, ha. Before we know what's happening, hey, yeah, hey, hey.
Oh,
And then I go home. What's the number on that tab? Okay, I have the SIM somewhere.
you called it.
And I called it. And the policeman picked up.
Policeman.
Wow.
He said,
Had been caught.
hello. What happened? Oh, the guy took off and
Yeah.
they were somewhere near and they dropped some shots in the air. Like
Oh.
two, pa, pa.
Yeah.
And the guy threw it
Wow.
and took the other way.
Wow.
Wow. You're the only lucky person I've ever heard of.
No, I would not forget that scenario. One tab like that. I was
You just decided to
I was
call
from
the
the
number.
island. I was just enjoying movie. Oh, big boy.
Never again.
I was just by the window inside.
Yeah, I think I know the spot somewhere around the Lubiri or something like that. It always happens all the time. A friend of mine also had the same instance. So that's what we're talking about. Be very careful. I don't see why. Don't be like Mike.
Please.
Don't be like Mike. Don't put these out for people to
Yeah.
see. Because first off, if you're gonna get attacked, they must have seen something they want.
Yeah.
If it's
True.
not in sight,
True.
the possibilities are reduced.
I mean-
there's that, and then there's you traveling, especially even inside of town. Be very conscious of the kind of people you get into cars with, because there are those instances being told now of people who are, you know, being.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say this is not kidnapped, but people who are being fleeced for all they have.
Be very careful. You
Just
know,
be very
if you're going to
careful
get
out
into a
Take
car,
care. Yeah.
try to ensure that the glasses are not tinted. You know, I don't know. There's quite a lot because people would have to maybe try to make ends meet and pick people in their private cars or whatever. It would not stop.
Yeah.
And some people, because at times you might not have so many buses, but just be careful in. Exactly. Someone is talking about a particular brand of car.
Yeah,
But
it's like a
although it's
minibus.
not-
No,
yes.
like a minibus.
No, it's not, I'm going to say it. This is the reason I'm saying it.
Okay.
There are Siennas.
Okay.
Now, the problem with Siennas is this. As a passenger, you have no exit.
Window, yeah.
Just one.
They're called panel vehicles.
Okay.
So it's just one door,
You just
and the
have to
windows
slide.
don't wind down.
Oh.
So if you're going to catch a lift, please, I would suggest that perhaps maybe that's not the brand of car to be getting a lift from. Because once that door is closed and there's somebody there at the door, you can't open it.
It's all over.
You can't wind down the windows.
Oh, wow.
You cannot shout for help.
Oh, wow.
There are some people here that are driving Sienna. Imagination behind the camera.
And Obio, the don himself also.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So, yes.
We don't know people driving Sienna.
But the
We'll
issue,
pack their tire
so-
and bust their tire.
so, as much as we are laughing about it and
It is a
smiling
serious
about it,
matter.
this is a serious case. We want everyone out there to be safe and not sorry.
Please.
All right.
So we've just given you the holidays for a
And
roundup.
don't drink alcohol and drive.
Don't do that.
If you're going to drink water and soda.
Exactly. That's your holiday in a roundup. Make sure you're done with your shopping. Make sure you're security conscious and don't drink and drive. Please make sure everything is all set for your holidays and enjoy it with your family. We've got more coming your way inside of Wake Up Nigeria. Stay tuned.
Hello and good morning. Thanks for joining us. We're in the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen and there's someone extra special standing right beside me. Chef Tino. It feels like an age.
Yeah.
It feels like such a while since we had you here. But this hat is unmistakable. If you remember this hat, you'll know that it's been around for quite a bit. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah?
Good to see you guys again.
All right, so loads has happened in this kitchen, but whenever Chef Tina is here, we know that something special is about to happen. Now, we have some ingredients in front of us here. What are we making today, Chef Tina?
We are making beef noodles, veggies.
Okay.
We have a lot.
Okay.
You know, the table is not set yet. So, yeah.
Don't worry, the table is set once Chef Tina is here. Now, if you're at home right now and you have access to your kitchen, go and see if you have some of these ingredients. Do you have any beef? Do you have garlic, carrots, ginger? Maybe you have some extra onions. Everyone has noodles. Some olive oil, cabbage, rosemary. Sesame oil would be great. Spring onions are nice as well. Dark soy sauce and some seasoning cubes. Now, if you look at that list, you'll note that those ingredients are in most kitchens,
Yes.
you know, across the country. So, hey, if you have these, why not make your version of Chef Tina's beef noodle veggie?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we begin this process, Chef Tina? What is the first thing we need to do?
We have,
We're
going straight away with our olive oil.
okay, olive oil.
Olive oil.
So extra virgin or just any olive oil is fine?
Any olive oil is fine.
Okay.
So we have our olive oil. Then we're going to stir fry our beef.
Okay.
We're going to stir fry our beef. So
Okay.
the good thing about it, just like Titi said, you can actually do this in your own kitchen because everything we have here, you have it in your kitchen. I think maybe the rosemary is just going to be something that's going to be twist.
okay.
A bit.
So are we marinating the beef? Are we doing anything to
I'm
the beef?
actually marinating the beef. I'll
Okay.
marinate the beef, then I'll stir fry it.
Okay.
Stir fry the beef. So
okay.
that's really what it's
It's
going.
gonna-
Yeah.
Okay. It feels like there's some spices you still need to bring out right
Yes.
now. But while you are doing that, let's talk a bit about the beef. So let me put the beef back here so you can see it. Now, it looks like you've shredded this beef.
I actually shredded the beef.
You shredded the beef?
Yes, because I want it to really come out very well.
Okay.
You know, when we're making noodles, some people like it when it's full of a lot of excess.
Okay.
I mean, so for me, I just like it this way.
Okay. So I'm seeing that you have the normal basic noodles that we have in every home here. Can I use any other type of noodles for this kind of
You can
noodle
actually
veggies?
use any noodles. You
Okay.
can actually use any noodles.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so I know that there's some spices we need to bring out, but are you going to be using these veggies right now, or are you going to be using them later on?
I'll use them later.
Okay,
Use them
all right.
later.
So we have our rosemary ready. We also have some seasoning that you're about to bring out of your bag right
Yes.
now. You can go ahead, you can bring them out. I actually really like the fact that you decided to use olive oil. I know you're bringing out the spices, but can you give us some insight into why you chose olive oil and not normal vegetable oil?
Okay, reason why I chose this, it's because it's actually healthy.
Okay.
It's healthy, and you know what we're really doing right now. Every one of us is going on healthy, and we know
Go
when
ahead.
you go out there, you
Do your
see
marinade.
lots and lots of vegetable oils out there,
Okay.
and they are really not it at all. And for me, I just feel the best is to use olive
Okay.
oil.
All right. So all these are going to be marinated into the beef. It's a very simple process. It's already been chopped. It's not frozen. It's on room temperature. You're also bringing out the garlic and ginger right now.
Yes.
I'm really excited because the smells and aromas are already hitting me. Not to worry, guys. We'll be giving you all that you need to know about making this make sense in a bit.
And you are welcome. Well, for Mondays, every single Monday, we always like to bring you a bit of motivation to get you started for the day. Now, today we have somebody very, very special. With us today is Dr. Shogo. He's not new. You've seen him on other shows and on this one. Dr. Shogo is here. And today we're talking emotional intelligence as a way of creating wealth. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So how can we do this now using emotional intelligence in our daily life or daily struggles? Let me put it that way.
Okay, thank you for having me. Now, I need you to understand, I need us to understand that, you see, when we talk about emotions, human beings, we are bundles of emotions. And you need to understand that emotions drives people and people drive productivity. So if you're not aware of your emotions, there's no way you can be productive. When we look at emotional intelligence, there are about maybe 5 different types of intelligences that we need to master, that we need to be aware of. You know, you have IQ, which we know as intelligence quotient.
Yeah.
We have EQ, which is emotional quotient.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a measure of how emotionally intelligent you are. Then we have AQ, which is adversity quotient.
That's the first time I'm hearing that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So adversity quotient is talking about your ability to bounce back after a setback. You know, it's not everybody that recovers after a setback.
Yeah.
It means that their adversity quotient is almost nil, right? Then we have HQ, which is hunger quotient.
What does that do?
Okay, so when we look at HQ, which is hunger quotient, is how strong is your drive
I
to
imagine,
achieve success.
Yeah. How hungry are you?
How hungry are you? As rich as Elon Musk is, that guy is still hungry. HQ, very high.
Interesting.
But you see some people, they eat just 100K deal.
They are content.
We have arrived to.
We're done. We're not doing this. There's one more.
Then there's one more. Oh, thank you. There's SQ. SQ talks about your social intelligence, which talks about how well do you interact with people? How well do you get along with people? Then there's one more I want to quickly talk about, which is EQ. EQ again, no, XQ, sorry.
XQ, yes.
XQ talks about your experience quotient. How well can you harness your experiences of others to your advantage, draw lessons, leverage opportunities, and all the rest. Now, talking about emotional intelligence, it is not a gift.
No.
It's a skill. And if it is a skill, it means it can be learned. And you know, research has said that what you need to succeed in life is not intelligence quotient, which is overrated. Go to school, you're not passing, la, 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 la. I mean, we all have friends that probably when we were in university, they had multiple carryovers, they repeated in secondary school.
But they're more successful now.
They're more successful now. I mean, they can buy your life, buy your destiny, and give you change. Now, the question is, what have they succeeded with? This guy was not brilliant in school. He has succeeded, or she has succeeded with emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence has 5 elements. There are 5 elements of emotional intelligence. The foundation of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. It was Aristotle that said the highest form of knowledge you can have in life is the knowledge about yourself.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of people are strangers in their own body. A lot of people have identity crisis. So I challenge and encourage every one of us as we close the year and step into a new year. You want to actually look at the man in the mirror and understand how you function.
So that's what I was going to ask. So you've mentioned all of these things, and they're very, very critical. You talked about XQ, HQ, which is something very, it's not headquarters, hunger quotient. Very interesting. Now, I haven't thought about them just the way you put it, but just looking at them alone, it's an array that you actually need to master.
Absolutely.
If you're going to go forward.
Absolutely.
You need to know how people think, how to interact with them. You need to have a certain kind of drive. You need to borrow from experiences, whether yours or others. And the one about the adversity quotient, very interesting, the ability to bounce back, how well you bounce back. So we know we have these things, but we've never thought about using them in critical ways to get to achieve a goal.
No.
How can I sit down and know, okay, this is what I must do? How do I begin?
Okay, so change starts with awareness. You can't change what you're not aware of, all right? And also, change starts with acceptance. You can't change what you have not accepted. So, for instance, if I tell you, oh, dude, you are proud, the first thing you need to do to change is to first accept it. So, a lot of us, we walk on the surface of the earth without any sense of awareness. So, you need to be aware before you can utilize something. So now, you said some of these things we have mentioned, all the elements. Some of us know it, but there's something different about intentionally knowing it and using it. Yeah. So you need to first of all be aware of it before you can use it. So let's look at emotional intelligence. One of the elements of emotional intelligence is called self-regulation. How do I apply self-regulation to life? Now, self-regulation simply refers to your ability to control your emotional responses. Now, you're a businessman. You went for a negotiation deal, but you are hasty in talking. They have not landed. You can't restrain. Get the full information. So at the end of the day, because you are hasty, you realize that the better end of the deal is on your partner's table. Simply because you didn't know how to pause your emotional responses. You just jumped at an excited statement. So these are some of the ways you need to use it to your advantage, and that's how money is created.
Wow.
Now let's talk about money quickly, briefly.
Yes,
I want to
please.
mention this,
Go ahead.
that you can make money emotionally, but you can't spend money. You can spend money emotionally, but you can't make money emotionally.
Explain, please.
So now, you know, we're familiar with this statement called impulse purchases, impulse buy. But now, when you operate on impulse, it means you are not running your emotions. Your emotions are running you. That's why you spend money buying things you don't need to impress people that don't send you. Right? Now, you're spending money emotionally. Now, you're back to ground zero. Emotions don't make money. It is ability to master emotion, which is ability to balance your emotions and your logic before you can make money effectively.
Oh, that's very interesting. Everybody's actually just stunned. You know, so it's a very important
subject
factor,
matter.
To making wealth. I don't know if one session like this is enough for people to start imbibing it and put it. But if there was one little button or one little factor to start with, what would you advise that people start? You talked about identifying yourself, you know, talking to the man in the mirror. But what is that drive that will carry you through all the process as, you know, for starters?
All right, so for starters, like I said, in fact, let me just quickly clarify it. I said there are 5 elements of emotional intelligence. You have self-awareness, you have self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. The foundation where everybody starts from, the glue that holds emotional intelligence together is self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
So we all need to be self-aware. Now, let's look at wealth. Let's look at money. We all have different money stories we tell ourselves. Some of them are true, some of them are false. But if it is false and you believe it to be true, it becomes your reality. That's how life works. That's how subconscious works. So it's very important that you are aware of your money profile. Are you a saver? Are you a spender? As good as saving is, there are people that they are addicted savers, but they end up not spending money on themselves. They end up not... At the end of the day, money is supposed to be used. It's called currency. It's supposed to flow. So until you are aware, you can't change.
Wow. That's out there, you're actually taking note. This is something that I think is the best way to start your Monday with, especially if you're looking to end the year right. Perhaps maybe start next year with a totally different personality and a reaction to making wealth. Dr. Shogo, I hope that you're coming back because we need to continue on this. We
Hopefully,
need to talk more about it. There's so much else that you talked about that really needs to be unpacked.
I know, yes.
But luckily, we've had your social media handle actually running since we've been talking. So you might be getting a few
conversations.
Dings,
That's fine.
Come your way. And I'm sure that you're ready to
yes, I'm ready. My Instagram page at Dr. Sugar.
At Dr. Sugar. It's that simple. Well, thank you very much once again. I've learned something. I'm really going to go and reactivate my HQ. We need to be hungry.
We need to be
for
hungry,
2023. Yes. In any case, do stay tuned. There's plenty happening inside of the kitchen. Titi, how's it going in there with Chef Tina?
It's going great. I heard you use the word hungry. Right? Is that the word you use?
What's the word we use, actually?
So, honestly, Chef Tina is making me hungry in here. The aroma of this shredded shredded beef with rosemary is making my tummy turn. But welcome back, Chef Tina. It's great to have you. So we are making beef noodles veggies. What have we done?
So far, we marinated our beef and we actually stir fry it. And we have our noodles ready. So we're just going to add little hot chili pepper.
Hot chili pepper, all right.
Just little, so you can have that feel.
Okay, all right.
Just add little.
Okay, some hot chili. Did you make this hot chili yourself?
Yes, this is my product.
Fantastic. Rosemary's gone in there already.
Yes, we have soy sauce
In there.
Then we have our seasoning cubes, salt. Then we have sesame oil.
Sesame oil, fantastic.
So this is the beef is actually ready. And the next thing we're gonna do is just to take it aside.
Okay.
Then we have our
Noodles.
noodles.
So what has happened to the noodles so far?
I just had a hot water poured on it. You know, noodles is very tender, very soft. So now I'm going to add the beef directly to it, and because our vegetables needs to be really, really crunchy, we don't want it to be too cooked. So I will just add my beef in it.
All right. So the parboiled noodles, or steamed, or well, heated noodles, I guess.
Yes.
There's no water
in it.
in there.
I actually drain the water off. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Drain the water off. So now I'm just going to go straight with I have my cabbage in here.
Okay.
And I have red pepper and also spring onion. So the good thing there is once I had everything, I would just, you know, cover the heat maybe for like 2 minutes.
Okay.
You know, to have that freshness. So the first one that is actually going to go in is
the cabbage.
Cabbage.
Okay. So this is the same cabbage that's used for coleslaw, salads.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll add everything together. I'm just adding everything together.
Fantastic.
Like I rightly said, I want it to be crunchy. I don't want that overcooked vegetables. So I have my shredded carrot. I'm just going to put little.
Okay, just a little?
Little, yeah.
For now. Okay. All right, so this looks a lot different from what it was before, just noodles and beef.
Yes.
And I guess with all the colors you've added a lot of nutrition in there as well. Loads of vitamins going in there with the veggies, making it a little bit more balanced.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of people just started shifting away from, you know, noodles as a staple, you know. A lot of people have it as a staple still, but they've been trying to find alternatives. So this is...
Yeah. So like I rightly said, I'm just going to heat it up, let's say for like few minutes, and before you know it, it's ready.
Okay.
So lastly, what I'm going to do, I'll just add little sesame oil to it so I can have that feel.
All right.
So far, so good. This is what we have today.
So we had how many packs of noodles? The small, basic-sized
It's
noodles?
actually 3.
Just 3 packs?
Just 3 packs.
Okay. How many carrots did you shred in here?
Just one.
Just one big
carrot.
Just one big carrot.
Yes.
Wow, okay. Is that up to half a cabbage in there? It's not that much.
It's not up to.
Okay.
Let me just say 1/4 of cabbage.
And how many bell peppers?
I just use one.
Just one bell pepper.
One.
And some spring onions. So it's not a very expensive meal. No, it's not. But it looks and smells amazing. I have to say, Chef Tina, it's always a pleasure having you here with us. This is going to be done before long, and we are going to be back with the top of the hour right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Now, there is a reason why we urge you to tune to TVC as soon as you get out of bed.
Yes, because where else? I mean, hey, where else are you going to get this level of excitement, color, personality? So early in the mornings like this, nope, nowhere else but here.
But we know you deserve this. You're not watching us by mistake. You're not watching me by mistake or him. There's probably a message you needed to receive from today's show, so you need to stay right there to make sure you receive it. This is Wake Up Nigeria.
Good morning and welcome. You chose the right place. Now, the weekend is fresh and done with, but the week is pregnant with possibilities. What do you plan to make of it? Well, it all depends on you. We've given you all the motivation that you need. You really need to take everything that you heard and put it to work. Even if the year is coming to an end, at least strategize for 2023.
You need to make plans, even if the money hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to happen is going to happen. You need to plan for it. Especially this holiday season, it's drawing so much closer. Kids have wrapped up their exams. They're doing all their end-of-year parties and all that. Everybody is all excited. You know, we need to get into the swing of things as quickly as we can.
Yes, indeed. Inside the kitchen, you and Chef Tina have been doing some awesome work so far.
Yeah.
Wow, Chef Tina,
Chef Tina,
that's grand
give
stuff
us
you guys
a wave.
are doing.
Give us a wave.
That's grand. So we're looking forward to seeing what you guys have prepared.
Honestly, I know it's going to be tasty. I've been holding back from tasting it you know, but I really, really can't wait for the finished product. It's going to be great this hour, let's say this 45 minutes. My name is Titilayo Oweniso.
And of course, my name is Mazino P. You want to stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Follow us on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect. It's that simple.
Yes, so Wake Up Nigeria on TVC is the hashtag, and you can watch us live on GOTV channel 27 and UHF channel 49. Just download the TVC app for both Android or iOS and watch us in the palm of your hand. No stress.
Coming up for the following 45 minutes, let's let you know that in case you didn't see it yesterday, or maybe you did, you want to know what our take is going to be on it, we'll tell you. We'll be reviewing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire from yesterday's edition.
We have a musical performance coming your way as well right here on Wake Up Nigeria. We have a rapper, songwriter, actor, Mo Cross is going to be here. And then, of course, it is holiday season, and we would love to hear from the CEO of Debbie Cakes and Chow. They specialize in baking and catering services. This season is going to be a hot one for companies like them. You might need some insight, some advice, some guidance. She'll be here to have a conversation with us.
I hope this time we have cakes.
Yeah, hopefully.
This time we should.
Yeah,
But
please.
I was actually a little concerned, though, because this season is the season where people start to eat all sorts of things. We have to be careful. Mike had an experience over the weekend.
He's still having an experience.
A lot of people had an experience in this
Let's just leave it with
environment.
Mike.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
There's a lot. Let's just leave it like
Talking
that.
about experiences here, people were looking forward to a whiskey experience in Ghana, and apparently they didn't have such an experience.
happen.
Oh, wow.
It's been trending over for, but I saw his apology or what you call it, or his statement, and he basically said, I didn't turn up because of some production, and I take my brand serious. Was that the tone to be used? You know, like, you don't see, there's some things that no matter what, you don't do. It was a Jay-Z, it was a big concert like that. If it was so bad that they could not come out, we've seen they will come
But there's
out
always a question
and say something.
Okay, good. Now I get you. Now coming out
will
to
not-
tell at the concert would have been a better
Don't
route
you
to
get?
Now,
No matter what
I do
happens.
understand what he means when he says his brand cannot
Yes.
be tainted. So
Yeah.
perhaps maybe the production issues could have had that much
But that
effect.
should not be part of an
I
apology.
agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
shouldn't be. I
and-
agree with you, however.
Forget
that
the
at least
popsy and the
making
god or whatever.
An
The
appearance
fans
and
make
telling.
you, no matter what you want to say. And look, the people that have been bigger than that, and today they are still alive, but they are nowhere. You are not, as in, you are no, forget all these ones you are saying. The people that are jumping, look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo has over 500 million followers on Instagram. He's the biggest. But now his career is winding down to an end. You need to see the vitriol coming up against him. So look, forget, you will not, no matter where you are, you will not always be number one.
True.
No matter what.
Very, very
So
true.
My challenge is, well, for me, my advice to most artists is have your management make these statements on your behalf. Don't let it come from you, because the fans will always have some sentimental way of making either one view or the other view. You can never be the good guy all the time.
Oh,
but if your
that's
management...
that would be management that's coming in late. The initial response, like
Yeah.
Mike said, should
Yeah.
have been,
On that day,
On
you
stage.
can,
hey,
people
my
said
apologies, this is what's going
8
on.
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
And they were just there till the next morning.
Wow.
I'll tell you guys what, do stay tuned. Let's do a bit of the weather when we come back. Why was Mike on there and my voice was...
It's the news once again. I am Mike Messi-Keno. Now, in Oyo State, the presidential candidate of the APC, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, promised the Muslim leaders of southwest Nigeria that his administration will ensure peace, unity, and developmental growth of the country if elected. He made the pledge in Ibadan during a town hall meeting with the Islamic scholars. Ola Awonkan reports.
The APC presidential candidate arrives in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. This is the first public appearance after his return from London, where he engaged the international community at the Chatham House on his plans for Nigeria if elected. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was well received at Jogo Center in Ibadan by Muslim leaders of southwest Nigeria. They engaged the APC presidential candidate on his renewed hope plans for the country. The Islamic scholars and other APC chieftains say the former governor of Lagos has the capacity to effect the desired growth in the country.
With your pedigree of good governance, we are sure that if elected, you will definitely take Nigeria to greater heights.
We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enable us to achieve the mission that we have set for ourselves as a country, as a people, and that is the mission of greatness.
They want him to do more on health, youth unemployment, education, alleviation of poverty, and infrastructure development when he becomes president of Nigeria. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu assured the Southwest Muslim community that he will fulfill his promise of renewed hope for Nigerians if elected the next president of the country.
torí pé kò rí tọ́jú èmi fi dá yín lójú lẹ́nìí pé tá a bá múra kọ́lọ̀ ń gbàdúrà wa tẹ́ bá gbé mi débẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìbò yín ìyẹn á parẹ́ ìbànújẹ́ yẹn á parẹ́.
The APC presidential flag bearer appealed to the religious leaders to continue to pray for peace, unity and progress of the country as Nigerians count down to the general election next year. Ola Awakon, TVC News, Ibadan.
As the presidential candidate of the APC continues grassroots consultations, let's take you to River State, where Governor Nyesom Wike urged the church in Nigeria to be vigilant and not allow itself to be used by desperate politicians who desire power at all costs in the 2023 general election. The governor stated this at the St. Paul's Cathedral, Diobu, Port Harcourt, during the Rivers People's Democratic Party dedication service for 2023 election campaigns. Governor Wike, speaking in the popular Nigerian lingo, told the church in Nigeria to shine its eyes and not be dragged into unnecessary political intrigues.
That's why Nigerians also say it is wrong for presidency to remain in one zone. Most of you, you just sit there, you don't ask yourself a question. Somebody coming to sell this kind of cheap ideas. You will not ask the same person. I agree with what you are saying. I agree with you. I agree. But look at now what we are saying here. Your party is having presidential candidate. Your party is having the national chairman. Your party wants the president to go to the same zone that President Buhari is coming out from. Who is cheating who? People should shine your eyes, shine your eyes. So some of you, you just allow them to tell you all kinds of stories. If you want to do the right thing, let us do the right thing.
That's all the news for today. We'll take a time out now. There's still a bit more on the show.
Final answer, she walks away with 150,000 naira. Okay, that's very good. Let's get back to the question. You have 150,000. Tell me, which option appeals to you more?
Mario Puzo.
Well, if you went with Mario Puzo, it would have been the right answer. That's the right answer. You would have won 250,000. But, like you said, it's good to just keep it safe. What if it wasn't right? You would have gone to 30,000. So well done.
What a question to bow out on.
Was that the one that got you?
Oh, Mario Puzo.
I would like to say that the series of questions yesterday were actually quite good.
Really?
Maybe because most of them I actually know.
Yeah, that's just see. Look, that is just.
I thought that they were very, very good questions.
That's the only reason.
Well, you
because
noted
you
something.
know them.
You said, why does she not know? I asked, why does she not know this? You said, maybe she's Gen Z.
Maybe.
So, no, the fact is that these questions might not transcend. We're talking about brands, for instance.
Yes.
And that was one question she didn't get correct. Yeah. She got correct.
I mean, if it was a brand, there's nobody that's over 30 that would not know Lacoste.
Yeah.
There's nobody. Like, it's impossible.
Well, there's some brands now We
I mean, we had Lacoste belts.
But that would be more familiar to
exactly.
younger
So I mean, you have a younger. I mean, say if you had something like Off-White.
Yeah, I keep
stuff
seeing
like
that. I think it's a tape.
You know, a younger generation would know that. But I mean, over us, there's this one. Is it Slash?
YSL.
There's quite a lot that our brands that we would remember.
Yeah.
So
There's some brands that are catering to a particular generation, and even in terms of cost, how much you pay for these brands as well.
Who remembers Fubu?
Fubu? Yeah,
whatever happened to Fubu with,
underwear, socks,
underwear,
everything.
Fubu.
Yeah.
I mean, Fubu was there.
So the one about Mario Puzo there with The Godfather, that is one of the, in fact, if not the most popular movie about, gangsters and everything from way back. And that has transcended generations. That story has been retold over and over, even in series.
I think that
so I feel like maybe we are, there's just something missing if people of a certain generation aren't getting those answers.
Those answers. I just feel like if you're looking at general knowledge, if you want to talk to somebody and say where you can garner knowledge from, you should have knowledge about the biggest books, the best books you should go around.
Yeah.
You understand? And then music, books, music, literature, movies, governance. A few things that you should have, the very wide...
These are the ones that matter.
You
get
just
those categories. Which one matters here? Movies. These ones matter. These ones matter in books. These ones matter.
The online, we used to have those lists of 10 books you should read before you pass away. 10 movies you should watch.
That's based
those
on
kind of
whatever.
things.
That's based on maybe whatever recommendation the person might need. Maybe if you're talking to somebody who wants to maybe fantasy, maybe 10 fantasy. We're talking about governance. 10. You can't have one.
That's what you
general.
just talked about. You just touched on something that we talked about inside motivation. That depends on your XQ, your experience quotient.
Oh, XQ. You learned something today.
I did. It was very
excited.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and this is our SME segment. And today on SME, we have somebody very, very interesting with us here. Ifunanya Adebola is here, and she is the CEO of Debbie's Cakes and Chow, which specializes in baking and catering services. You are welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, first of all, Adebola, let's ask how and where it all began, and how far you guys have come.
It began unofficially growing up. My grandmother, she was always doing large-scale cooking and all that. Then when I went to school, I started cooking for my departments for matric and all that. And by the time I graduated, I decided to go into it fully, not only catering, to add baking to the package.
Nice.
So I started doing for trainings, from beginners class to advanced, and we started from there. So that's been like going 3 years now.
Going 3 years.
Yeah.
And would you say that in the past 3 years, this has sustained you appropriately? You're good. This is
Yeah, I'm good, although most people want to have a physical space, like a shop. I wanted to do that, but I felt it would be like jumping the gun.
So where do you operate from?
Operate from home. I have a room dedicated to my business where I run trainings and all that. I'm a home baker and I'm happy about it.
Then you are the poster child. You are the very example that we need, because there's a lot of people out there who are waiting for space, time, money, people.
Yeah.
But they never ever get started. But here you are using what you have, the skill, using the space you have, your own home, and then you're making money. So you're the person that we actually look forward to seeing every single time on our SME segment. Now, if I was going to begin a business much like yours, and I like to ask this question so people at home can take sample, how do I need to get started? Space should not be an issue. If I have a kitchen,
Yeah, you do.
I can start.
Yeah, and the right equipment.
But what about the other capital? What do I need to get started?
Enough to get ingredients to begin, like flour, eggs, so you won't get stranded, and quality materials.
Roundabout, we're looking about what? How much?
100.
100K.
Yes.
Good, fine. Now I have my material. I have my space. The people to sell to. That's always the big issue. How do you go about meeting people? Where do you start from? Where did you begin with? Oh, yeah, you did tell us that you started from school.
School, yes.
But for someone who's just beginning that kind of a service, what should they do?
Aside equipping themselves with the right knowledge, going for the best teachers and all that, not just YouTube, you also need to define your target audience.
And where do I find them? How do I begin to define them? Church?
So some people focus on church, but you find out that you have so many bakers in the church most of the time, and you have so many people doing what you do, even people selling other things. Everyone wants to wait after service to quickly run to this person. Oh, I do this, I do that. It's a common
Oh,
thing.
you know why I said church? Because, I mean, it's kind of like the closest network people have.
Yes, and school.
And
For
school
someone
as
that
well.
has kids, you can probably after school runs, you talk to other parents or during PTA meetings. That works too.
Okay, where else could one, network and try to sell product?
When you buy from other people also.
When you buy from other people, please explain, because that's...
So if you have someone into another line of business and you patronize that person, you can easily market your own business to that person. So that's why I tell people, when you're running a business, especially a small business, you should also be a buyer. So it's a win-win situation.
Okay. And of course, I can see that you also use social media.
Yes, I
Your
do.
handle for social media is...
Daviscakes_Chow.
Chow. So how well is that doing for the business?
It gives it the right
image,
yes, it does. And Facebook also helps. But I think recently we do more physical meetings and all that, meeting people physically. Then I've been focusing on trainings where I have, I was in Most Beautiful Girl in Kwara.
Oh, nice.
Yes, went to train the contestants on baking. I worked with Senator Yai for Alimo Show, train people on small chops and all that, things like that. Help the business. You don't just have to stay static and wait for a regular day-to-day.
Well, then that's beautiful. Talk about taking just a small skill and making it something big that you can actually do the same out there. Like she has said, you don't need that much to get started. A small network of friends, maybe people that you know, and also if you're a buyer yourself, use social media because it really, really helps. Now, 3 years down the line, you're looking forward to what? Getting a very big outfit sometimes in the nearest future.
Yes.
And how do you how do you intend to go about that expansion as we speak?
The first step is getting the right skills, which I'm very confident I already acquired.
You've got that one already, so that's not a problem.
Yes, it isn't a problem
You've got
anymore.
the market, you've got people and clients.
Yes, and also having a mentor is very important in every business. So I have mentors I look up to, and they also tell you, don't rush it, take it easy.
It's not a competitive space?
The baking industry has been really, I don't know, it's really supportive.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Wow. So. I would have thought that it was plenty of competition because people would want to outdo the other person.
No, if you move with the right people.
If you move with the right people. Wow, Deborah, that's very, very interesting, great information that we have. Now, this is what we do at the end of the show. There's somebody out there, and that's your camera, there's somebody out there who needs you to push them today, who needs you to motivate them. So please tell that person in a few words where they need to get started, where they're going to.
Don't give up. Whatever you want to do, whatever little confidence you have, just build on it, because confidence is the key to everything. Even if you don't have capital, I think you should reach out to people. Make people know, oh, I have this skill, I have this to offer, even though I don't have the money to. And someone will definitely tell you, oh, I want to cater for so people, amount of people, just help me do it. And that's, you can start from there. But just make sure you have the right skills. Don't just come out with half big knowledge.
Well, hey, I don't know. Hey, Mike, have you learned anything from today? I mean, look at us. We've been doing this TV thing for too long. Maybe we should have branched out into cakes or something like that.
That's the
Do you agree?
That's the question I want to ask here. This talent, is it inborn? There's some people that it comes easier to them when it comes to cooking. I know that there's some people that I've seen, they just put beans, put oil, put dishes, and they just do. And it comes out very nice. And me, I'll watch YouTube video. I will marinate. I will not forget the only day I marinated chicken. I marinated it overnight. When the taste came, when it came out, even me, I could never finish it. I want to ask her there, do you think that skill, which I think it is it more talent than nurture when it comes to cooking? Yeah. Or baking or anything around?
Yeah, Beanie B or ability.
Is it talent or nurture? Or nurturing? Which
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both. You have the talent, you have the natural part, and you also, you get determined, you need determination. And also, when it comes to baking, measuring matters. So when people just think it's about adding the right amount. You need to know the time, the amount, everything. You need to be concise.
It's a very detailed type
process. Very
detailed,
yes, it is.
I have a question, actually.
Yes, Titi. Yes, thank you for intruding on my segment, but it's okay.
Sorry.
It's all right, I'm loving it.
But my issue now is really the health. Health matters now, because people know that ingredients of cakes are extremely sugary, a lot of the time high in cholesterol, and people are constantly eating, especially during a season like this. Have you put this into consideration for your cakes?
Healthy cakes.
Yes, we do. We have cakes for the elderly, we have cakes for diabetic patients also. So you let us know what your plan is, and we give it to you. Now, when it comes to children's cake, obviously it has to be sweet and all that. And usually I tell people, when you want your cakes moist, obviously we need to add quite a lot of sugar. So we work with it, and we make sure we use quality ingredients, not just over the counter.
Nigerians getting healthier? Are Nigerians asking for healthier foods, healthier cakes?
People request for carrot cakes, coconut cakes, things like that. They do. Nigerians are actually becoming more conscious about their health. And I tell people, apart from buying this, you can always add zobo at the side, which is filled with ginger and other things, so you balance up the system.
All right, so one other thing here, this one is just personal to you. What is the most expensive, or should I say the most, what's the word I'm looking for now? Grandiloquent? No, that's not.
The grandest cake you've ever
Yes,
made.
Grandest cake you've created.
What's the most, the biggest that you've ever done, the most you've ever put in? Which cake is it? Because I want to ask, because I have a follow-up question, so tell me.
It's a wedding cake.
Okay.
Yes.
How much did it cost?
I charged about 250.
150,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so because wedding cakes here, those days when we were growing up, the wedding cake was fun that, like, it's only one of the one that had this thing. The whole tower is not cake that is inside. It's carbon paper. It's not fun that. So just make nice design, and it's just only one there that's in the middle that the main cake is. But you know, the reason why I was asking is that for you, which is your own favorite cake to eat? Because you know there are sponge cakes, there are fruit cakes, and all that.
Red velvets.
That
Yes,
see
you
from a
are the
particular brand,
customer
red velvet
now.
from a particular brand. I feel like some red velvet, they just put red coloring and normal cake. I call it red velvet. No, but there's one particular brand of red velvet, one particular, that's my favorite. Well, you, for your own, which is your favorite to make, which is your favorite to do, which is your favorite to eat?
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake.
Oh!
Yes. Decadent, moist, super yummy.
And your teeth are still intact?
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. Because I'm always very, very concerned about how, you know, we take care of our teeth and everything after such.
It has to do with pairing. Most of the time when I take chocolate cake, I take it with either ice cream or a cup of milk.
How does that help?
Yeah, it helps because you're balancing everything and you're taking it in, you know, you're not just leaving the chocolate
in your mouth.
mouth there.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
And also,
so I get it.
Yeah.
Well, tell you what, Titi, you still have a question?
I'm sorry, this is cake Macau.
You're louder,
It's a
louder,
big
shout it.
deal.
Okay.
So now, for you, is it taste or decoration? Which one is more important? Is it how the cake tastes or is it how it looks? And for your customers, what's more important to them as well?
both matter, taste and the presentation. But we found out that because of social media, everybody, they focus on the presentation, but not really about what's inside. But when it comes to customers, both matters to them. They know. And that's the reason why they come back, because they know what is inside. And most of my customers prefer layered cakes where you have different flavors inside. We call them either quad or triple flavored cakes. And so, yes, the taste really matters. And they know it's quality, use quality ingredients. And so it comes out well.
Now, I also hear that our chef also has a question. You know what? I'm gone. Let me just leave this.
Don't worry. We're almost done.
Chef Tina, what was that you wanted to ask people?
Debbie, I really want to ask a question. You know, they were asking about healthy cake. And the truth is this. Some people, when you say we're using healthy, when we mean healthy, they'll tell you they're using maybe honey, they're using dates. Most times we use sugar, you know. So when we say healthy, really strictly healthy. Are you doing that?
We do that when necessary.
Yeah.
On customers' demand, so you do it when necessary.
Yes, indeed.
But I guess that takes the price up, eh?
Yeah, everything.
Does it take the price up?
Yes.
Does it take the price up?
Of course it does.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Tell you what, Chef.
It's more expensive.
I almost said Chef Debbie. Debbie, it's been fantastic. This is the first time I've actually had this instance where everybody wants to join in on the SME segment. Well, thank you very much, guys. I'm going to bring her over to you guys now so you can have all of Debbie, all the Debbie that you want. So we've got stuff prepared.
Debbie, I hope
inside
you
of the
brought
kitchen.
cake.
Let's already bring. Are we welcome? Can we come bring? Yes, let's. Yes, we're showing you some of Debbie's
Debbie,
cakes on
did
the
you bring
screen right
cake
now.
for
Look
us?
how beautiful they are. And this is our treat for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, grand.
Yes, so all those cakes that you left on your shelf, I hope you've sent somebody to bring it. Yeah, just check it.
Welcome inside the kitchen, Debbie. So from one chef to another, let's do this.
Yeah. Okay, I have my beef noodles veggies.
Yeah.
This is actually me. You know, we have a lot of things in there. We have beef, cabbage, we have shredded carrots, soy sauce,
spring onions,
rosemary. That's one of my take. So please have a feel of it and
go ahead, have a taste and tell us what you think. Looks colorful.
Yeah, it does.
Go ahead.
Somebody better keep this one for Mike takes it.
Yeah, so I've actually been looking.
No one.
There's nothing yet. It has gone.
All right.
You like?
What do you think?
I love.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, then. Thank you so much, Chef Tina.
Thank
it's great
you.
to see you.
Same here.
So you know Chef Tina's height always comes up to her height.
Oh,
Yeah, I have to say it now. So when I saw her outside the studio, I didn't recognize her because I was just like, what? There's something missing. But it's great to have you back. It's great to be back after a bit of a break. But hey, there's so much more coming your way, on TVC after Wake Up Nigeria today. I will be seeing you again tomorrow morning from 7 a.m., y'all.
Thank you very much and bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.